Mansell, duck!
Once again, I'm just going to leave you guys with that image, so you should keep on watching there to find out what exactly it was. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of DragonHeart 2, A New Beginning. It came out in 2000 and stars Christopher Masterson, aka the eldest brother in Malcolm in the Middle, is where I recognize him from. And I gotta say, he does look pretty cute in this, I'm not gonna lie. What, you didn't know I was gay? 'Cause I am. So my first time watching this movie, I was worried it wouldn't live up to the original and just not have the same feel and emotions. And while it doesn't reach those levels, it gives me different emotions. It doesn't quite live up to the original in a way, but does that mean it's a bad movie? I don't ever hear people talking about this movie, but my god, do I love this movie. It's kinda so bad it's good. Like, if I'm playing clips, you can probably see the effects aren't great. But there is one particular reason why I love this movie that you will understand soon enough. But also, as the film opens, it plays the same theme music, though slightly different, but that was enough to get me hyped. This movie, compared to the last, had a bit more of a clear focus as well, being a kids movie. There's a lot less dark elements, but there's still enough in there to not make it feel like a pure kids movie, and still like DragonHeart. This movie takes place decades after the first and starts off narration by a character called Mansell, that is a monk that lives in Brother Gilbert's monastery. An older version of himself is telling us the events of the story, and of a prophecy of a dragon's heart turning evil and destroying mankind when a comet blazes through the night sky. But there's no dragons, right? Well, in Bowen's last few days, he visited Drago's cave and found a dragon egg. He gave it to the monks, and they have kept the secret for 20 years, waiting until the day the comet arrives to keep him safe, but a hero of the movie is about to ruin that secret. We are then introduced to Joff, a young stable boy that lives in the monastery and wants to become a knight. Luckily for him, some knights show up, including this little bitch boy, which I will go into soon. Joff talks with Friar Peter, wanting him to get into a dungeon since he sees a fancy sword, but Peter is quite rude to him, calling him just a stable boy essentially.
There's nothing down there that can transform you into a knight. If you work hard and practice humility, you'll be a fine stable master someday.
We then see the king and a knight named Osric, who's the new king's chief advisor, but the king is acting strangely.
Is it my birthday? No, sir.
And Osric is already segregating individuals by giving them tunics based on if they're peasant or witch. I wonder who the villain is. We're introduced to a young Mansell who is friends with Joff and has a new task given to him by Friar Peter, and he takes pride in that, which Joff uses that pride to trick him into doing some work.
It's not like pride's one of those 7 deadly sins or anything.
As he works, he steals the key to the dungeon, and then Mansell does some training of his own. Then 2 Chinese show up, Master Quan and his son, and they go talk to Friar Peter. They come from a region where dragons and humans live together until a terrible evil set dragons against man, so they killed the dragons. They know there is a dragon born here, they don't want the evil to happen again with the comet arriving in a few days. But Peter is adamant there is no dragon here. Joff goes into the dungeon and picks up a sword that's a little short. So he decides to follow some footprints, wanting to know what Mansell has been up to. Eventually coming across another sword, but a dragon is coming up behind him. Both getting scared, but Joff, being the brave knight he wants to be, picks up the sword and goes after him. But then he puts the sword away? Like, I'm really confused. Like, first of all, how? You weren't wearing a scabbard, so how like, now you're just holding the sharp part of the sword, right? Whatever, he pulls away some blinds, and we meet the dragon, who is utterly adorable.
You know, you'd better go. You'd better go. You're not supposed to be here.
How long have you been down here?
I've always been here.
His name, though, how original.
I'm Joff.
I'm Drake.
But I'ma have to say now that I love him. He is my 3rd favorite dragon. It goes Falcor, Toothless, then Drake. He is just so innocent and so damn adorable. I can't help but love him. So my love for this movie mostly comes down to him, I will admit. Yes, the CGI on him isn't very good, but I don't care. I love him. We hear that if people aren't wearing their tunics, they'll be lashed. Damn. Through Mansel's narration, we learn Joff visits Drake every chance he got, which I totally would as well. But that Drake doesn't even know how to breathe fire or fly. Joff is forced to wear the tunic as well, which he doesn't like.
Your tunic doesn't look that bad.
I hate this thing. Itches and it's the color of warm vomit.
That's not the color of my vomit.
Here they do show how close of a friendship the two already have, as Joff wants him to go outside and be a dragon, but Drake promised he wouldn't go out. It's an adorable little scene.
Friar Peter made me promise that I would never go outside.
You're a dragon. Act like one.
Hey!
The bells toll and Joff hides. Mansell comes down and tells Drake Peter passed away.
Where did he go?
He went to heaven.
Did it hurt him to die?
Drake, obviously sad, wants to be left alone. Though, gotta say, I love the buttload of pillows he has. Like, damn, I want that. At least the monks have done something right for him. The mood turns somber and the bitch boy shows up and awkwardly gets off his horse and talks to Joff. He decides to test his skills with a sword, and for someone that fights with dummies, he does okay. Until he doesn't. So with his failure, he sits back and watches the night as Drake shows up, coming outside for the very first time. And it's just sad, because he is just so innocent and cute. God, I'm such a sucker for this crap.
You're lucky to have had him as long as you did.
But my heart hurts.
Osric is now making new walls while the king has fed something to apparently help him. But I doubt it. Joff ends up throwing his tunic away, wanting to just fly away with Drake.
I don't want to fly.
Of course you want to fly. What do you think those wings of yours are for?
But the tunic comes down to where Quan and the boy are, and they look up and see the dragon. Whoops. Joff and Drake argue a bit since he really wants to just fly away with him. Gay. As he goes home, he sees some knights, but oh no, he doesn't have his tunic, so he's in trouble. But Quan and such decide to help him.
Is toward the castle dungeon.
The boy knowing a few moves, of course, because they're Chinese, of course I know how to fight. Then dun dun, the boy is a girl, and I have to admit, I kinda missed that part where they mentioned that it was a boy. Cause it's very obvious and was kinda just confused because like, why? Well, it's because they don't allow females in the monastery. Fair enough then. Well, it's not fair enough, how rude of them, but it's the olden days, whatever. The two suddenly vanish, which you gotta just love the way it's filmed. Like, every time I see this kind of scene, I can't help but always picture the actors diving off to the side. I can't help but picture it like that. Joff runs to Drake, and Drake ends up turning into a walk out of fear. Not really understanding how it's happening, though. The knights appear, and them being wooed, push Joff off a cliff. And, oh boy, the green screen here is just, simply awful. It does not hold up, and I doubt it held up when this movie actually came out. But Drake finally flies and grabs Joff, which I gotta say, like, I'm not sure how they exactly did this scene, but the actor or stunt double was real close to hitting his leg on that walk. Like, that looked really quite dangerous. And now we get some very, very questionable flying effects.
This is great. Let's go up higher.
Hey! Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's swoop down and scare the villagers.
And now the whole castle sees, including the monks, so the little secret is out. And then quite sudden, like real sudden, the two come crashing down into a hay bale. Classic.
Fly faster, hold looser. I can't think of so many things at once.
Slow down, will you?
So now the villagers come, and Joff does try his best to be like, yo, dragon went that way. But the villagers, being villagers, don't trust him and just go straight to the hay bale to kill Drake. But Osric shows up and was like, hey, the king wants to request you come be a guardian at the castle, and Joff can come too. Quan and the girls show up like, see, I was right. Osric is then incredibly racist to trick Drake.
These people
are from far away. See how different they are.
He is right. We should go home.
Vansel?
But Drake is like, well, if they're friends of Joff, they're friends of mine. So Osric changes his tone. Classic.
Well, if they're friends of Joff's, they're friends of mine.
Later then, a castle being very royal, like including Mansell, who's a bit too happy to be there.
Hey, you have fun. Because it's not like gluttony's on that 7 deadly sin list, too.
Joff has a sparring match with Osric, while Quan tells us as the comet draws near, they have to make a decision about killing Drake so he won't become evil, according to the prophecy. Osric goes through what it means to be a knight to Joff, obviously lying and saying that friendships don't matter, aka get away from Drake. Quan then shows Drake the mask thing on his car along with this amulet that apparently holds all the knowledge of the dragons, and they want Drake to open up his heart and put his hand down on the amulet for him to receive this knowledge. But it's a trap to kill him, which you know it won't happen, but he's so sweet, leave him alone, damn it. But he himself leaves saying the amulet is evil, which right there should tell you he won't turn evil if he can sense it and hates it. Later at night, Joff reads him a book about dragons, and again, it's just so cute the way the two just sit together, just read a book. I love it, and I hate that I love this shit. Like, I'm such a softie.
Look what I brought you from Osric's library.
What?
Books about dragons and knights.
I've seen these stars before, through the grate in my room.
Quan tells them of the Draco constellation and of Dragon Heaven, and I do like whenever they show the stars, Draco's star lights up like his dad is watching over him. And it's just, again, just one of those things that gets to me. I hate the way I am sometimes. They continue going through the book and see an image of a cow, and Joff mentions, oh, it looks like dinner, and that makes Drake very curious.
Why is that dragon chewing on a cow?
Looks like dinner to me.
Dinner?
In the morning, Joff changed with a girl, but now it's time to teach Drake how to breathe fire. Quan teaches him how, but why are you helping him if you're so scared that he'll be evil? But then what we get is the best fart joke I've ever seen. I'm not one for fart jokes, but my god, this is brilliant.
Something's wrong.
Though, it does just reuse footage from the first movie, but that does not take away how much I love this scene. The award for Best Fart Joke goes to this movie. This is why I love Drake. He's just so adorably dumb and innocent. It's a scene, and it's a scene in a kid's movie, and it's like, yeah, this absolutely does make it a kid's movie. My God, do I love it? It's so hilarious. It's so funny. The townspeople go to Osric and complain, but he just pays them off while the peasants call Joff a dragon lover. Meh. Joff and Osric seems to be getting closer as him and Drake were supposed to go flying, but Joff just spends time with Osric. Drake is going through books and sees knights slaying dragons, and Joff says, sure, that's how I want to be, though not really realizing the book that Drake is going through. But it never really comes up again. It's more so the two are just like a little air with each other, basically, at the moment. That their friendship is kind of just not quite what it was. At the same time, most of that just comes down to Joff being an idiot, while Drake still wants to protect him, still loves him, and it's just like, stop hurting him. Go be with your dragon, damn it. So now that he has mastered fire farts, it's time for ice breath. And basically, it's like spitting, so Joff does show him how to spit, which everyone is just like, wow, that was so cool, oh my god. It's okay, sure, why not? But yeah, Joff does seem moody at Drake, and then we get this lovely visual.
Oh, come on, you did that on purpose.
I've got some spitting right now.
And now he tries to spit, and it's just as hilarious as the fire fart. And I'm so amazed, I've never seen this used as a GIF, because, well, just... it damn well could be, just watch.
Mansell, duck!
Oh no, I've killed him.
Are you alright?
I love Drake's reaction here, but also just love the actor trying his best not to laugh as he gets up. This is just hilarious and just so DragonHeart to me. But then Mansell is captured by the knights, as Osric wants her to capture the old man, but got confused because he gave him his robes. Later, the girl is disappointed at Joff for only thinking of himself. She then shows him the amulet, which is in fact a dragon's heart. Kind of a gross visual in a kids movie, so yeah, that's kind of part of a little bit of darkness in there. It's like, ew, yuck. Years ago, a dragon named Griffin led a rebellion, but the good dragons managed to defeat him and took his heart as punishment. How that did kill him, I don't know, but the Emperor still didn't trust dragons, even the good ones, and so he killed every single one, proving once again it's humans that are evil and not the dragons, besides obviously one dick of a dragon, but still. And so she mentions he is more alone than you could ever imagine, because yeah, he's the last one. But yes, let's go through that for a second. There were good dragons and one human was like, yeah, kill them all, and this old man is like, yeah, kill Drake. You don't think maybe he's just a little bit crazy? That this old man is just a little bit crazy? Anyway, the king is still weird as the knights bring in Mansell. Osric makes the king sign a form that in his death, everything will go to him. Also saying that when the comet arrives, everything will end, so he has a plan there as well. Osric kills the knight who brought in the wrong person, so yeah, again, it still has those little dark moments for the kiddies, and he gives Mansell the potion the king has been drinking. The knights show up in the morning, take Quad and the girl, but another fight breaks out. Like, this is generally most of the fighting in this movie, and it's just, I don't care. It's been a while since we have seen Drake at this point, and I just want to see him. I don't care about Quad and such, to be honest. It definitely makes it cheaper by not having him be on screen as much. Joff and the bitch boy do fight, and he easily deals with him in a classic kind of way. Osric shows up and somehow manages to convince Joff that the others aren't in Drake's best interests, when, like, sure, they tried to kill him, but they have also been training and befriending him. What has Osric done, Joff, you dead idiot? He then brings Joff on a mission while Quan and the girl get locked up and Mansell is there, being just a little bit weird.
Did you know your son is a girl?
I like girls.
I have to say, he absolutely looks like he was having fun making this movie. I do love this character. Joff and Drake are there with the other knights and go to this ravaged tower that ends up being an ambush. Joff kind of fails at being a knight, while Osric is being all heroic and cool looking. Then Osric quickly saves Joff's life, but is stabbed in the process. Oh no! The villain's gonna die, oh no. Guess that solves that issue then. But, as he lays there dying, what does he ask for? Well, of course, he asks for Drake's heart. I see. Did not see that coming. Honestly, I was actually very confused as to what was going on, because this did seem like it was like, he's being all heroic now. Oh, okay, I guess maybe he's not the villain or something. What's going on now? But it's like, yeah, okay. So, credit where credit is due, I was confused and didn't know what was happening. And seeing that Osric saved Joff's life, Drake agrees. But then, just in time, Joff notices something is wrong, and yep, the entire thing was a setup so he could get Drake's heart. Drake and Joff wad off together with Drake using his fire breath successfully here. Back with those in jail, they managed to get free and go, I think, to where, like, Osric would hold up, because there's, like, a bunch of medicine stuff here. And Quad makes a cure for Mansell. Also says, Your Highness, to the girl, so she's actually a princess or a queen. And they give the king the antidote as well. Osric shows up and he recognizes the amulet, knowing what it is, and Quad seems to know exactly who he is now, and wants to throw the amulet in the fire. He easily gets a hold of it, but throws a dagger at the girl, but Quad steps in, sacrificing himself. That's what you get for trying to murder Drake, you damn stupid old man. Joff and Drake show up, as Osric has his bad guy speech and calls the old Emperor and Bowen murderers, since Bowen at one point killed dragons, but there was one dragon that managed to get away from him and lived out in the east and learnt about the Emperor killing dragons too. So basically he kind of learned that the old code was meaningless to many humans now. That dragon wanted revenge, but his heart was taken away and it was cursed to live out his life as a human. Dun dun dun, he is Griffin. I guess It's a fantasy film with talking dragons that take part of their heart to give the humans to heal them and such, so why not have a dragon be cursed to be the thing that he hates most? A human. Sure, why not? My god, this is just fairy tale. In that anime, a human that hates dragons becomes a dragon. So it's kind of the opposite way around, but yeah. But today, his curse is lifted. As the girl attacks him, he takes her knife and cuts open his chest and puts his heart back into it. It's a little gross, like, ew, flappy skin effects. It's one of the things I absolutely hate. I love old makeup effects. I absolutely love puppetry and makeup and all that kind of stuff. So much more than CGI, absolutely. But flappy kind of skin kind of stuff, I don't like. It really grosses me out. So, job done, I guess. Job well done. And then he starts changing back into a dragon, which where credit is due, again, it's not all CGI, it's puppetry. And again, I do appreciate some puppetry effects. But yes, he changed into a more Eastern-inspired dragon, which is very confusing because he lived in England, then moved to the East. Maybe it's more Welsh-inspired, maybe? I don't... Like, unless he originally came from the East, it's a little confusing, but whatever, I can dig it. Drake is happy to see another dragon for the first time, and for one, the dragon calls him Little Brother. So that makes him want to join, because he's now not alone. He has a brother, basically. But Joff tries to convince him that he is evil and will enslave mankind. The dragon knocks him aside, and now Drake understands he is evil, and that Joff is his real brother. And so now the two dragons fight it out. And it's as good as you expect it to be. Joff does help him out like a true knight, and Drake uses his ice breath to finish him off. But the shattered ice shards fly off and kill Joff. End of the movie. Nah. Now we get the moment that makes you go, oh, this is why it's a sequel to a movie called DragonHeart.
Drink to purify your weakness.
The effects here just make me go, ow, that looks painful. But it's a sad little scene that's not as emotional as the first film, but it's still emotional enough, especially with the music and everything. Again, I love like the main theme of this, and just it does work, even though it is different than the first one. It still works, and I still like this scene.
My heart hurts. You mean our heart hurts.
And then it ends with narration that Mansell finally gets to live the life he always wanted, while Joff and Drake finally got what they wanted. A brother.
They finally had what they'd really wanted from the start. A brother. A family.
It's fucking when did they want a brother? When was it ever mentioned in this movie that they wanted a brother? Oh no, they're fucking. Drake gave him his heart. They're fucking. I am sorry, but it's true. They wanted a family. When? When was that ever mentioned at all? There was one line in the movie of him getting called Little Brother by this other dragon. But guess what? The other one isn't a dragon. They're not actually brothers. They never actually... They never mentioned that they wanted a brother. That was never the theme of this movie. It was about loneliness. And, well, guess what? They found each other. They're not alone anymore. This is a weird movie with fire farts and spit that looks like cum. But oh my god, I love this movie. I love it mostly for Drake, as he is just so adorable. The film doesn't reach the same emotions. It doesn't reach the same kind of love I have for the first movie. But there's a different kind of love. There's different kind of emotions I have for this movie. Yes, most of it just comes from Drake. As like the story is kind of just a bit of a mess with like the whole prophecy thing. Ended up not being true. It ended up just being the same dragon. This whole amulet thing. Like, I don't know why they called it an amulet when it was a dragon's heart that they were holding. And then it ended up just being like the one that went evil over in the East, or whatever. The one that was bad, I guess. I'm a little confused by the timeline there, to be honest. So that's not a good thing. But yeah, one that started a rebellion. And it's just, I don't know, it's just confusing. But I don't care because I love Drake. I have to give this movie a 9 out of 10 foxes as well as the first one. Because I can't help but love how dumb this movie is, but it's got enough in it for me to go, yeah, this is DragonHeart. Because there is heart in it. There is. It's much more of a kid's movie, but it still has enough in it for me to enjoy. Like, I am just like a sucker for heart. Such a sucker for a lot of this kind of stuff, and I do hate that about me, but it's just how I am. I will say the other reviews for the other movies aren't going to be like this. Those movies and dragons I do feel very differently about, but you'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy this review, give it a like anyway. Subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do, and then you can hit that bell icon so you can keep up to date, and so you can know when I upload the next videos, the next reviews of the next movies, because I feel like less people have watched those ones. So I hope you guys are enjoying this little series of mine, because obviously I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to do all the movies. Still got quite a bit of work to do. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video, blah blah blah. I already said that. Give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, because I'll love you if you do, hit that bell icon, and this fox says, that's the next line, this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. Just keep forgetting what my outro is. Bye guys. This movie takes place decades after the first one, and starts off with narration by a character called Mansell, that is a monk that lives in Brother Gilbert's monastery. But there's no dragons, right? Well, in Bowen's last days, he visited... But there's no dragons, right? Well, in Bowen's last days, he visited... Luckily, Osric shows up and is all like, hey, the king wants to request you come be a guardian at the castle, and Joff can come too. No, all my hairs moves. Yeah, as it does. But Osric shows up. But Osric shows up and is all like, hey, the king wants to request itchy. Yeah, request that you scratch my head for me. Osric goes through what is meant to be. Osric goes through what is meant to be a night. What it means. Later at night, Jeff reads him a book about dragons. Jeff. And I do like whenever they show the stars, Draco's light... Drago, god damn it. Draco, not Drago. Fuck. He usually gets a hold of it and then throws the dagger at the girl. Oh man. I don't know why I said it so weirdly. Joff does help him out like a true knight, and Drake uses his ice breast to finish him off. Did I say breast? Ice breast.